Morning all, tcDetects back out again. We are on some pasture today on one of my hill farms. Been here a few times, so let's see if the Atrex can winkle up something different. We've got some power lines overhead, so see if we can show you the EMI screen on the Atrex as well when we're under that. I'm going to show you how it works. And we'll obviously be counting the buttons today for the competition. Don't forget, you can win an Atrex by watching tcDetects. Brand new Atrex, that's right, free metal detector worth 700 quid, a bargain. Don't forget, UK residents only, I'm afraid, and that is courtesy of Rutus and Detecnicks. So thank you to my sponsors stroke partners, very much appreciated. But without further ado, let's go jump in that fog and see if we can find any more buttons. And that first signal is a piece of foil of some description. Not a button though. And next signal is just down here. So see that? Reasonable high, sort of 110, 114. So let's see if that is trash or a coin. And that turned out to be modern blue thing, sort of a screw thread in it. I assume it's had some purpose at some point, and it even has the instruction pull on it. This was scratchy in the 90s. Line was a bit wayward, but I had to give it a bit of a look-see. Right here in the corner, and it is, it looks like, not sure why, but a drawer handle, something like that, small, maybe off a chest of drawers or unit of some description, handle. Some age to it though, as you can tell by the style. So I am right above heavy duty power line that go all the way across this field. Underneath where I am, it's better in the bottom corner, but here got a lot of EMI potentially. So let's show you what it looks like on the Atrex screen. So to see the EMI preview screen, go into the, trying to do it without seeing the buttons, go into the frequencies on the screen, this one here, press the power button there, and you'll get this screen. Shift and straighten up a bit. So you can see on the frequency screen what you've got is, why my gimbal wants to keep turning, but there we go, it's better. So you can see all the blue lines and that on here. There were very few gaps. That means there was a hell of a lot of EMI, and not surprisingly in here. But weirdly, I'm on 14.2 kilohertz. It's one of the few frequencies that seem reasonably clear at the minute. Purely coincidental. I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, but there's a little white line where my frequency is. So we're going to carry on with that, but you can see that the EMI screen is picking up all of that electric interference from the power lines above. Neat feature when you're out and about and you want to try and choose a better frequency. So the next signal was down there, it's about 8 inches down, scratchy to start with, but improved once the clod was removed, and this is what we have. It is a, oh, I thought when I saw the thinness of it originally, I thought that's a coin, but whilst it's got shaped sides, which I think is octagonal really, it's also got shank on the back. So we've got our first button of the day, an octagonal, quite old by the look of it, button, the Atrex. And next up is a little cufflink. See the chain still on the back? So that's a cufflink, and we're not counting it as a button. And next up is another button. Old and bad. Shank barely visible on the back, but a button nonetheless. Not sure if you can see on the back there, but there seems to be some sort of design etched around the outside of the oblong that the wire then terminates into. Being a clasp or something, like a cloak clasp or something like that. Any ideas? Please put in the comments. Right, just stop for a bite of lunch, which today includes afters. Yes, we have a mince pie, because it's that time of year. So, quick sandwich, water, pie, off we go again. So, this one was a pretty decent signal. Thought, when I saw it, lifted the cloud up and there it was. Thought, coin. When you flick it over, you can see that we have a shank once again. So that's another button. Doing well for those today. So next up, the bottom corner of the hole sticking out. Looks like a coin. It is a coin, no shank on this one. It's a halfpenny of some description, one of the Georges, not sure which, clean it later. What's surprising though is that this field I've done this particular patch, because it's a footpath, a number of times with the Equinox, with the Alter 71 and with the Apex. So I'm thinking that the multi-filter on the Atrex plus the using the EMI previewer to select a less tainted frequency is helping me find signals that the other detectors didn't. And once again, we have one that's sticking out of the hole on the bottom. When I flip the clod over, looks like a coin or a button. And as you can see, there is no shank. So we have a second coin. Again, we're on a footpath. I've done to death. And this one looks like a George the 5th. There you go, George the 5th. So yeah, so the Atrex is pulling out coins where I would have thought that I'd have had all the coins from it already. Pretty impressive. So despite this field being done, like I said, a number of times, and I'm still on the footpath, so I've done the footpath more than any part of the field, as you would expect. And yet here we are, confronted with what looks like another coin. Could be a button, but no. Yeah, definitely a coin. It's very, very, very crusty. You see it's corroded on the sides as well. Not going to get anything off that, I don't think. So yep, another pre-decimal coin, probably one of the Georges. And here we are again. Just feels very repetitious at the minute, and not complaining though. Few inches down, a bit deeper than the previous ones, but we have what looks like another coin just sitting at the bottom of the hole. Ground's great at the minute, easy to dig. What we got here? Oh, yeah, looks like a penny. George the 5th penny to go with a halfpenny. There you go, yet another coin. It's theoretically that is, this is a dead field. Atrex is certainly proving that wrong. Cracking. Glad I came and tried the Atrex on here. Knew all those coins were too good to be true. Next signal, flipped out on top of the cloud, is what looks like a ring from the corner of a tarpaulin or tent or something like that. This was a bit scratchy, but I dug it, and glad I did. Looks like a decorative piece of badge, brooch, something like that. You can see a sort of semi-floral plant-like design to it. Not sure what it is. It's not intact, but if you have any ideas, put it in the comments. And here we have what looks like another button or a coin. Oh, interesting. See if we can move that. There you go. No shank. Nope, no shank. So another battered coin, pre-decimal. Looks like a halfpenny or a farthing, but again, it is unfortunately very battered. And next up is the first buckle of the day. Decent condition. Some age to it, but I'm not going to say beyond Georgian, I wouldn't have thought. And after all the ones in the bottom of the hole, this one is firmly in the clod somewhere. Let's see if we can winkle this out. Don't need that leaf. There we go, over here. Yeah, there you go. Oh, looks like I've exposed the top of it. It's hiding there. That's a tiny little button or coin. Looks like it is a... No feeling. Nope, no shanks. Another coin. It's a little coin. It looks a bit silvery. Let me clean this up and see if we can work out what it is. Cleaned it up a little bit as best as I can do in the field. I'm not sure you can see there, but looks like a bunhead Vicky. So given the size of it and the glint of silver on the edge, looks like we've got a Victorian sixpence. Nice. Of course, it's not always coins and buttons, even with the Atrex. I found 4 of these today, and that's 4 so far. You can see they're sort of like a, I don't know, bolt, screw, something like that. Stainless steel maybe. I suspect, given where I am, that they have something to do with the power lines and the towers that the power lines are on. I suspect that they are turning bolts or something like that. Heading back off the field now, so this may well be the last signal. It was a bit scratchy, but certainly arresting enough to stop, and just see the side of it there. Some chain on it, too much chain for another cufflink, and it's a bit bigger than a cufflink. Let me just see if I can clean a little bit of this soil off and see what's underneath that. And wow, a little bit of a clean, and get some water out of that spray bottle and a brush. Looks like we've got some sort of, maybe another, maybe it's a cloak clasp, maybe something like that. It's got a thistle on it and a floral sort of plant design. It's really nice. It's not anything other than copper or something like that, but it's a beautiful design on it. There you go. It's not bad for a last signal, is it, for change? If anybody knows exactly what that is, please put it in the comments, but I'm going to go with some sort of cloak clasp. Nice. As always, thanks for watching tcDetects. Don't forget, just one more video of counting buttons and you can be in with a chance of winning a free Rutus Atrex.